Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Bradley Performance Products here with you again. Today is just a quick story and kind of a reminder for all of us and for me about preparedness when you're out riding and riding by yourself and things like that. So in my line of work, I'm always testing product, whether it's a product here that I'm going to manufacture or whether it's another manufacturer's product that maybe we're going to sell. My bike always has prototype parts on it all the time, so I'm always testing. Sometimes things can break, things go wrong, it's the wrong setup, the part's too weak, whatever the reason is, things can happen. So this past weekend we were at the 2023 LBL 200. For those of you that don't know what that is, you can look it up. It's the Land Between the Lakes 200. It's a 200-mile enduro ride through the woods in Kentucky and Tennessee. It's good. Really good trail, probably some of the best trail I've ever been on before in my life, so we always try to make that ride. It's just unbelievably good trail. It's hard to get in. You have to register in like March and it fills up in like 10 minutes. So anyway, we were at the LBL and I'm testing all sorts of new products and the trail is amazing, everything is great, and I am jamming through the woods. I ride my bike like it's a motocross bike. A lot of you may or may not, but the modifications that we make, the things that we build, as many of you already know, leans more heavily towards off-road, not so much touring. And so we attempt to convert these bikes into off-road beasts. And so I ride mine. I come from more of a motocross and racing background, so that's the way I ride. I ride extremely hard, extremely fast. And so I'm really beating the bike up. It's really not what it's designed for, but that's what I'm trying to convert it into. So I'm 15 miles into the woods, and it's just me and another guy that's riding with me. And I am coming way too fast down a steep hill, and I just don't see and don't realize that there's a big washout, not at the bottom of the hill, but right before the bottom of the hill. I'm in the wrong line. I can't change lines quick enough without crashing. I smacked the bike full bottom into the washout, and it makes loud noises and sticks the frame in the ground, and then it stops. Rear tire locks up, it's stuck in the ground, it's broke, and I get slid to a stop, and I get off, and I see that I have broken this prototype rear shock. And granted, it is a prototype, but I was there to test it, and that also means I didn't have another one with me. So I broke the rear shock, and the bike's sitting on the ground, it won't roll, and we're way out in the middle of nowhere with nobody else around. And so, what are we gonna do? You can see the picture here. The only thing I could do was pick the bike up, whittle out a piece of log, and cram it in there underneath the rear shock so that the airbox is sitting on the log, the shock is sitting on the log, the shock is against the exhaust, and the log is up against the top of the swing arm. And I ride it about 30 miles back to the truck like this. It's amazing that it stayed there and that it held up, but it's just a lesson learned. I shouldn't have gone to a big event like that and been that far out in the woods with just a prototype part without having a backup. But anyway, a little ingenuity on our part, Mother Nature, just whittle out a stick and cram it in there. Anyway, we made it back. We still had a great time because it's just adventurous. You know, what is it, the old saying? It's not the destination, it's the journey, right? So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know this is what we do. This is what we do. We test, we break things, figure out how to make it better, because we can't let everybody else be breaking things, right? So we want to make sure that things that we sell to people aren't going to break, so we just figure out where it needs to be stronger and correct things and move forward. So anyway, short little story. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you again for all of the products that you purchase from us and all the support. And just a little side note, we are in negotiations with a large parts distributor here in the US that you will all know and that you probably buy products from already. They want to take on all of our products, and so that's going to be a huge step for us and hopefully for them and for you guys. And so anyway, we're growing, everything's going well, and it is all thanks to you. Again, thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.